Here's a paraphrased version of your video script, with slight word order changes, while maintaining your original writing and articulating style. 4 signs you're about to begin the best stage of your life. There are moments in life when it feels as though everything is falling apart. But what if I told you that these very moments are the clearest signal that something far greater is on the horizon? Not in the eyes of the world, but deep within the chambers of your own being. Because the best chapter of your life doesn't commence with worldly acclaim. It begins when your soul becomes silent, disciplined, and unbreakable. Sign 1. You no longer react to chaos. The first sign. You no longer react to the chaos around you. You've ceased expending your energy attempting to control what is uncontrollable. Insults no longer pierce you. Praise no longer blinds you. This is because you've grasped the truth. Peace is not a gift. It is earned, and silence isn't weakness. It is weaponized wisdom. As Epictetus wisely observed, we suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them. The storm that once shook you now passes without disturbing your core. You begin to understand that if something lies beyond your control, it warrants none of your energy. And if it is within your control, then it must be mastered. This is where the profound shift truly begins. Sign 2. You embrace pain without complaint. The second sign. You begin to welcome pain without complaint. Not because you derive pleasure from it, but because you comprehend its purpose. Pain, loss, isolation, these are not curses. They are forms of purification. Seneca wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." And when old comforts recede, you are no longer fearful because you're no longer constructing a life on shifting sand. You are building on bedrock. The fire no longer consumes you. It refines you. And here lies the paradox. Precisely when you feel most alone, most abandoned, that is when you are closest to transformation. Because the best stage of your life doesn't start with fanfare. It begins in the quiet suffering that no one else sees. It begins when you endure and persist nonetheless. Sign 3. You lose interest in superficial validation. The third sign. You start losing interest in superficial validation. You no longer pursue approval like a famished person chases crumbs. The applause of others grows hollow. The spotlight dims because you've unearthed a rarer, more potent form of fulfillment, the kind that relies on no one else. You realize that merely being seen is not equivalent to being whole. And so you withdraw, not to isolate yourself, but to insulate your peace. Marcus Aurelius famously wrote, "It is in your power to withdraw yourself whenever you desire." Perfect. Tranquility consists in the good ordering of the mind. When your soul transforms into your sanctuary, when you measure success by the stillness of your mind amidst chaos, you know you are no longer part of the crowd. The moment you stop attempting to prove yourself and begin quietly improving yourself, that's when the next chapter commences. A chapter where you no longer plead with the world to understand you, because you've already begun to understand yourself. That is the quiet mark of the rarest kind of beginning, one that requires no permission and leaves no doubt. Sign 4. You embrace solitude without fear. The fourth sign. You begin to welcome solitude without fear. What once felt like loneliness now tastes like liberation. You don't just feel the silence anymore. You listen to it. You allow it to carve away the noise until only the truth remains. Seneca cautioned us, "If you are everywhere, you are nowhere." But now we are here, fully, intentionally, and without distraction. When you start seeking fewer people, fewer opinions, and fewer attachments, you are not breaking down. You are breaking free. Most people fear solitude because it forces them to confront themselves. But once you've walked through your own fire and emerged whole, you stop fearing your reflection. You begin to respect it. The world will tell you, that growth means accumulating more. But we know better. The best stage of your life doesn't begin when you gain more. It begins when you need less. That's the moment life stops testing you and starts trusting you. We don't become powerful by shouting. We become powerful by enduring with silence, with grace, and with unwavering will. So, if the world feels like it's slipping from your grasp, good. Let it fall, because something unshakable is growing in its place. And when that transformation arrives, you won't need to announce it. You will carry it in the way you walk, in the way you endure suffering without bitterness, in the way you remain calm when others crumble. That is the beginning of the best stage of your life. If this topic resonated with you, subscribe to the Stoic Verse for more Stoic wisdom to guide your journey.